Hello there, this is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm bringing you guys my review of the LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett Mech. It is set number 75369, comes with 155 pieces, and is rated ages 6 and up. Now this set retails in the United States for $14.99 and in Canada for $19.99. Now without further ado, let's kick off this review, starting with the box. So overall, this mech set looks pretty nice on the box, I have to say. I love the scenery in the background of the set, sort of flying in space. It's just kind of fun. Side box art looks very good with the Boba Fett on the side. Now this is being branded, I believe, as a Empire Strikes Back set with the blue strip on the side there, which makes sense. You can see the mech and then, of course, Boba on the side. And then you have the other two mech sets in the bottom there. And I guess depending on how well these sets do, depends on if there will be more mech sets in the future. I mean, I expect there'll probably be at least one other wave, but I guess we have to wait and see. Now, the manual, of course, has the rendered image. Definitely don't prefer the rendered image, prefer the older style when it would be just the box art on the manual, but doesn't take away anything from the build experience, just personal preference there. When it comes to your extra pieces, you are left with quite a few extras, especially since there is the sort of antenna piece for Boba that you can use there. I personally didn't open up this bag to add it to him, but you can definitely add that to your characters. You get the extra visors, of course, as well, that you can add to your clone troopers, though if you are collecting other sets, of course, you're going to end up with quite a few of these pieces. I mean, I probably have so many at this point. But you're left with a couple extra studs as well for his stud shooter. Now taking out Boba to show off the minifigure in this set. Easily slides out as I knock over the mech. But overall, I gotta say, this is a pretty good Boba Fett. Really, there's only one missing feature, and that is the sort of kama piece or sort of shoulder piece. You know, that should have been a cloth piece that we've seen quite often on Boba Fett. Definitely kind of, I guess, annoyed that they didn't include that with this character, especially since it really wouldn't cost them that much to include it in this set. So, just, again, more penny pinching by LEGO there. But overall, the minifigure itself is outstanding. Like, the amount of detail on this figure is really, really good. Like, you look at the arm printing there on both arms. Even the leg printing to the belt, to the torso. Helmet looks good. And then I believe this is sort of a brand new face print. Definitely in a slightly different color than what I'm used to seeing. Probably changed to match Temuera Morrison and definitely all the clone troopers, so it looks a little bit more uniform. But back of the head print does also have some nice printing, as you can see, starring, which is nice as well. And taking off his head to reveal the jetpack and back printing there, again, looks absolutely outstanding. Like this minifigure to me is definitely the most interesting of the mechs, just for the figure-wise. I feel like the Darth Vader and Stormtrooper are a little bit more generic, especially Darth Vader. Like, I have so many Darth Vaders, I have no desire to add another one. So I definitely feel like this was a good choice for a mech set. But the minifigure also has, of course, his weapon there, which is using a standard sort of Space Police pistol with a lightsaber hilt at the front there. Definitely looks pretty nice. Now taking a look at the mech without Boba Fett inside. Overall, this thing is pretty cool looking, I have to say. Now, of course, it does have some nice sticker detail here, which definitely aids the set, but it's using some pretty nice build techniques. Now, I'm not the biggest hater of mechs. I definitely feel some are better than others, definitely in terms of looks, but I feel like this one is definitely the coolest looking, just using the mix of colors with the green, yellow, brown, sand blue, and gray, and even some brown. I think it all adds up and looks really nice. Even has the jetpack on the back, which is a brick built, of course, but also includes a flick-fire missile, which I feel like we'd never see in LEGO sets anymore, so that's fun. So, there you go. You can send it off to, to destroy any enemies of Boba Fett, and that's That's probably just nostalgia for me, but that was such a classic feature for so long from Lego Star Wars. Now, of course, the new thing is the stud shooters, which still look and work pretty well. So, as you see, of course, you can reload it, but that's why they always include so many extra studs in these sets, just so you don't lose any. The build itself, I love the scope that they managed to create. Like, it looks really cool. You have the hands there. It's just a really nice weapon design, in my opinion. It doesn't evoke the same look as his current weapon in my mind, which is probably my one negative, because I feel like that's sort of what they're trying to convey, is that the mech is supposed to be just a larger version of Boba Fett in a way. But still, I think it looks pretty good. Now, when it comes to putting Boba Fett inside, you just pop that down, and there is just the piece that you can fit Boba Fett's legs into. Now, you usually have to take off his weapon unless you stick it into the air, which is how I will do it. And then you close that, and then you're ready to go with Boba Fett in fighting mode. When it comes to opposability, there's decent opposability across. Of course, these legs are stationary in this position, but you have a ball joint, so you can move these around a decent amount. However, if you move it in the wrong direction, it will fall down. So you do have to make sure it is in the right position, otherwise it will easily tip over. But you can generally, press it down and it will stay in position. Of course, as you can see, you can play around with the fingers a little bit, but overall there's not a whole lot of posability. As you can see, the parts they're using, those aren't going to be very movable. The LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett Mech, to me, is definitely the most visually appealing of the three mech sets, and is why I decided to pick up this set first, and definitely not even sure if I'm going to pick up the other mechs. If you're a fan of Boba Fett and don't have him, because he usually comes in a lot of more expensive sets, I definitely feel this is absolutely a must purchase for you, because this is definitely going to be the cheapest way you can get Boba Fett these days. It's gone are the days of the magnets, or I guess they theoretically could put him on a keychain, but then you have to, of course, cut the keychain off if that's what you want to do, etc. So definitely feel if you're looking for a set that is very cheap to get Boba Fett in, this is your best bet to do it. With that being said, that's all my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on the LEGO Star Wars Mech series? Are you guys totally against it? Are you guys fans of it? Are you guys hoping they'll do some more unique characters? Characters that we don't normally get. Like, for me personally, really hope they don't do a Luke Skywalker mech, or a Han Solo mech, or a Chewbacca mech, for instance. Like, I really hope if they do more mechs, they do ones of characters that we don't usually get. Like, there's been a lot of talk of Captain Rex. What about a Captain Rex mech, or just a Clone Trooper mech, etc. Like, stuff like that I feel could make a lot of sense. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on that. Please leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.